All right, so organic fertility is tricky. A lot of things change all the time. So a simple way to stay the course is to use this guy. It's an electrical conductivity meter. It's simple and it's cheaper than just using soil test all the time. It costs about 80 bucks USD on Amazon. The first thing to know is that it won't tell you what nutrients need to be added to the soil. It just counts the salinity of the soil. So that gives you an idea if the soil is too saline or not enough. And that's kind of as close as we can get that cheaply from knowing if our fertility is good. And in the end, salinity is what will mess up our irrigation. When the soil has too much salt, that's when the plants struggle to drink the water in the soil. How do we use this guy? The first thing is we need to go get this soil, not this here because we see there's still like pellets of feather meal. We want to dig a little bit and go knuckle deep to go get our soil. And we want to fill that cup with 5 different spots on the bed to get an idea of the whole bed, not just like precisely here. We want to get an average. So 1 spot here, and I'll go get 5 more. Okay, so I filled my cup from the soil at 5 places on the bed. That soil comes from the root zone, so like knuckle deep. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weight a bit of that. So I'm going to put my measuring cup on it. Okay. Tar, and now I'm gonna put, I already mixed it so it's a good average of the soil, and I'm gonna put a bunch in it. Good. So that's 60 grams of soil. What I need to do now is to add 60 grams of water. All right, 121, that's good enough. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you take something to mix it. I just picked the first thing I found. For 1 minute, you want to make a good mix in there. That helps the nutrients dissolve in the water. And that's what the meter is going to measure. I just started for 1 minute, and now we're gonna let it stand so that the soil particle can go at the bottom. You can choose the unit you want it, but we want it to be at EC. So we hold the unit button to get there. One thing I don't think I said, it has to be distilled water because you don't want to add more salt in it. And every farm has different water source, so we don't want to mess that up. So we don't want to put the sensor in the sludge at the bottom. And when I just lean, I see that about like half of it is the water and the other half is kind of the soil. So I'm just gonna put the sensor on the top and wait for it to stabilize. And now I can get the reading on it and compare it to target bands that we want our soil to be at. Okay, so now the reading that we get from this, you want to compare it with numbers that depend on your soil type. So if you have sand, you want the number to be between 0.5 and 1. If you have a loam, you want it to be between 1 and 2. And if you have clay, you want it to be between 1.3 and 2.7. So when you do that mix, make sure you put enough dirt in there so that when you add water, you have enough liquid so that the 2 layers of dirt and water split enough. So when you put the sensor in, it's easy to not put the actual sensor in there and not in the sludge at the bottom. If you don't put enough, you're going to struggle to get the right level, and the reading will be hindered by all the dirt that goes physically touch the sensor.